to another story now, Charles, and that's once again allegations of ongoing systemic bias and racism from Meghan Markle against the royal family. What's it about this time, Charles?
Right, this is an excellent and an amazing story by the Daily Telegraph, who have uncovered a couple of letters that were sent, well, the King, the then Prince of Wales, sent to Meghan after the Oprah Winfrey controversial interview, and to which she replied. Now, if you remember, the centre point of that interview was the fact that she said that a senior member of the royal family had speculated about the colour of the her unborn son's skin, and everybody went into meltdown and everything else. But Charles was so upset with the allegations that she made in this that he took it upon himself, the only member of the royal family to do so, and I suspect that's because, as the then senior royal, just under the Queen, he felt it right to he makes a response to Meghan, and he expressed his sadness in that letter of the chasm that had emerged between the two sides. And now the interesting part in all this as well is that in the exchange of letters, it is understood that both the King and the Duchess acknowledged that the individual's remark, who was named in the letter, by the way, we still don't know who it is, the remark was not made out of malice. Now, if Meghan believed it wasn't made out of malice, then why on earth did she go on an international interview to suggest of racism, or as she refers to it as unconscious bias? But it's racism by any other name in the royal family and subsequently in the country itself. I just think Harry and Meghan now seem to be hell-bent on being some sort of permanent fixture in trying to take the gloss away from this coronation that is going to happen on May the 6th. Harry's going to be there, she's not going to be there, and that's been given as another reason that she's not coming, because of this row over unconscious bias, and not just because on the day it's Archie's 4th birthday.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there, Charles, to point out that it was made without malice. And isn't it fair to say that every parent kind of hypothesises about the tone of somebody's skin or the colour of their hair, the colour of their eyes? This is an absolutely normal thing that every parent on the planet does. And it was done in the instance of the royal child, Archie. She herself said it was done without malice. So why the hell did this become such a global talking point about institutional racism in the royal family?
When she raised that point, she was using malice to raise that point. She was trying to cause problems for the royal family. Now, this is a woman who, not just this one, she shoots from the lip all the time without thinking what she's saying. And if you remember, in the same interview, she claimed that she got married 3 days beforehand, the royal wedding, which wasn't, it was just a rehearsal. All these sort of things come out of her mouth that she just doesn't think about it. The other thing was, Archie and Lilibet are going to be deprived of being a prince and princess. Well, that's absolute rubbish. They are now a prince and princess. And that's not just something that's been done. That's in the sort of, if you like, the royal protocol rule book, that grandchildren of the monarch get those titles. They've got the titles. I don't understand what this couple want anymore. I really am at a loss to understand what it is that they want.
OK, Charles, we must remember, of course, that Meghan isn't here to defend herself. And let's not do a Dominic Raab. We can't bully her too much. She'll only go crying about it, just like the civil service, no doubt. Charles, it's always a pleasure and never a chore. Now, and of course, he denies those bullying allegations too. But in a word, do you think she'll be missed at the coronation?
In a word, no. I don't think she'll be missed at all. Not by the only person who'll probably miss it is Harry.
OK, and he's going to be there. Never mind. You can't have it always. Charles Rae, thank you very much for joining us today. It's always a pleasure and never a chore.